In November 2012, in the picturesque coastal city of Victoria, British Columbia, a young woman named Emma Fillipoff disappeared, leaving behind a life filled with artistic expression, seasonal work at a local seafood restaurant, and quiet contemplation in a women's shelter. Her disappearance sparked an intense search effort, spanning years and captivating the attention of a community determined to unravel the mystery surrounding her fate. Despite numerous leads and public appeals, Emma's whereabouts remain unknown, leaving her family and investigators grappling with unanswered questions and the haunting possibility of what might have befallen her on that November day in 2012. This is episode 83 on Fireside Unsolved, the haunting unsolved story of Emma Fillipoff. Emma Fillipoff was born on a cold winter day, January 6, 1986, to parents James and Shelley Fillipoff in the quiet town of Perth, Ontario, Canada. From an early age, Emma's gentle spirit and creativity set her apart. Growing up in the picturesque landscapes of Ontario, she often dreamt of exploring the world beyond her small-town confines. In the fall of 2011, seeking new experiences and a fresh start, Emma packed her belongings and made the journey to Victoria, British Columbia. Victoria, with its breathtaking coastal views and vibrant community, seemed like the perfect place for Emma to carve out a new chapter in her life. She found temporary solace working at the charming Redfish Bluefish seafood restaurant nestled in the bustling inner harbor. The job, though seasonal, provided her with a sense of purpose and a connection to the lively rhythm of the city. As the summer of 2012 faded into autumn, Emma's time at the restaurant came to an end on October 31st. Despite the chill in the air and the uncertainty that lay ahead, she remained optimistic, assuring her co-workers that she would return with the spring blooms. In what police believe now was a nod towards moving back to Ontario, Emma Fillipoff took a decisive step on November 21st, 2012. She hired a tow truck to transport her beloved Mazda MPV minivan from the quiet town of Souk to the Chateau Victoria parking garage, a hotel in Victoria, British Columbia. This action seemed methodical, almost as if she were meticulously planning her next steps. Yet beneath this seemingly organized exterior, a more complex story was unfolding. What Emma had been hiding from her family was that she had been staying at the Sandy Merriman House Women's Shelter on and off since February of that year. The shelter offered her a temporary haven, a place where she could find some semblance of safety amidst the chaos that seemed to have been encroaching upon her life. Then came November 23, 2012. On this day, Emma was captured on security footage at the Victoria YMCA, a place where she had often sought comfort. The footage was unsettling. It showed Emma entering, then leaving, then entering the building again multiple times. Her movements were erratic and filled with a palpable tension, as if she were trying to evade someone lurking outside. Each glance over her shoulder and every hesitant step added to the growing sense of dread and mystery surrounding her actions. In the days leading up to her mysterious disappearance, Emma Fillipoff made several distressing phone calls to her mother in Ontario. Each call was a roller coaster of emotions. Initially, Emma would plead to come home, her voice filled with desperation and longing. But just as quickly, her tone would shift, and she would implore her mother not to come, leaving a trail of confusion and heartache with every conversation. During one of these tumultuous calls, Emma's mother learned that her daughter had been staying at the Sandy Merriman House, a women's shelter. This revelation struck a chord of deep concern. Despite Emma's repeated requests for her not to intervene, her mother could no longer stand by helplessly. With a growing sense of urgency, she booked a flight to Victoria, determined to bring her daughter home. In their final conversation, Emma's last words to her mother were haunting. "I don't know how I can face you." On November 28th, the day Emma Fillipoff disappeared, her movements were like puzzle pieces scattered across Victoria, each one hinting at a deeper mystery. Early that morning, she reportedly spoke with staff at the Chateau Victoria around 7 a.m., but the content of their conversation is unknown. Later in the day, Emma was captured on a 7-Eleven store video on Government Street. The footage showed her purchasing a prepaid cell phone, but what was more telling was her hesitation upon leaving the store, as if she were wary of someone or something outside. Her anxiety was palpable as she returned to the 7-Eleven to buy a prepaid credit card for $200. By 6 p.m., she left the Sandy Merriman house, heading out on what would be her last known journey. Emma hailed a taxi, requesting to be taken to the Victoria International Airport. However, she exited the cab abruptly when she realized she didn't have enough cash for the fare, despite possessing the $200 prepaid card. This decision left her stranded and vulnerable. Minutes later, Emma was seen walking barefoot in front of the Empress Hotel, a sight that alarmed Dennis Key, an acquaintance who happened to be nearby. Disturbed by her distressed state, he called 911. Victoria police arrived promptly and spent 45 minutes talking with Emma, trying to assess her condition. Despite her obvious distress, they concluded she was not a threat to herself or others and let her go. As night fell, Emma's mother arrived in town around 11 p.m. and headed directly to the Sandy Merriman house, filled with dread and urgency for her daughter's current condition. By then, Emma had already vanished, last seen by police near the Empress Hotel hours earlier. The realization that she was 3 hours too late was a chilling blow. The police, now understanding the gravity of the situation, classified Emma as a missing person by midnight. Yet, in the enveloping darkness of that cold November night, Emma Fillipoff had slipped away, leaving behind only questions and a haunting sense of foreboding. In the beginning of the investigation, authorities found Emma's red 1993 Mazda MPV minivan in the Chateau Victoria parking garage, and found it containing almost all of Emma's belongings. Inside were her passport, library card, digital camera, clothes, a pillow, assorted ornaments, laptop, and recently borrowed library books. It seemed Emma had been using the van as storage, a makeshift home for her cherished possessions. Initially, police reported that Emma had last been seen with friends several blocks away on Burdett Avenue between Blanchard and Quadra Streets, but that report was never verified or confirmed accurate. Despite investigating over 200 leads, the information they uncovered was scant and inconclusive. Most evidence suggested she was planning to return home, yet there was no proof she had ever left Victoria. The cell phone she had purchased remained inactive, an eerie symbol of plans that never came to fruition. Adding to the mystery, Emma's credit card was found discarded on the side of the road near the Juan de Fuca Community Center, north of where she disappeared. A stranger discovered the card and used it to buy cigarettes, a transaction that was quickly tracked by police. This clue, like so many others in Emma Fillipoff's case, led to more questions than answers, deepening the mystery surrounding her disappearance. During the investigation, the police would discover that Emma Fillipoff was a prolific poet during her time in Victoria, filling pages with reflections and musings on her experiences. Despite the depth of her writing, none of it hinted that she was being stalked or followed by anyone. Although some of her poems conveyed a sense of depression, experts noted that her writing lacked the hallmarks of suicidal ideation. Contradicting this, staff at the Sandy Merriman house told Emma's mother that Emma required both physical and medical intervention, underscoring the complexity of her situation. The mystery deepened with a startling incident reported by the Campbell River Courier Islander in May 2014. Joel and Lori Sellon, business owners in Gastown, Vancouver, witnessed a man in their store discarding a $25,000 missing persons reward poster for Emma. The man reportedly declared, "She's not missing. She's my girlfriend. And she ran away because she hates her parents." Alarmed by this statement, the owners immediately contacted the police. Security cameras captured an image of the man, but despite this lead, he remains unidentified as of 2022. This unsettling encounter added another layer of confusion and urgency to the ongoing search for Emma Fillipoff. In the summer of 2018, a witness named William came forward with potentially crucial information about Emma's disappearance. He reported encountering a young woman in distress who matched Emma's description in nearby Esquimalt on the morning after she vanished. The news prompted authorities to organize a search of the View Royal area of Victoria in December 2018. Despite the thorough efforts of search teams, no additional clues were uncovered. Yet the search rekindled the community's determination to find Emma, leading to plans for another search in 2019. Each new piece of information, like William's sighting, fueled a relentless pursuit of answers, keeping the hope alive that Emma Fillipoff might one day be found. On November 29, 2021, marking the solemn 9th anniversary of Emma Fillipoff's disappearance, police took a proactive step in renewing efforts to find her. They released additional images of Emma, alongside pictures of her artwork, in the hopes of sparking new leads and garnering fresh information from the public. A year later, in November 2022, authorities took another significant step forward. They released an age progression image of Emma Fillipoff, envisioning how she might look today. This strategic move aimed to encourage anyone who may have encountered or observed Emma over the years to come forward with any pertinent information that could aid in solving the enduring mystery of her disappearance. Each release of new materials underscored the ongoing commitment to bringing closure to Emma Fillipoff's case and providing answers to her family and loved ones. In November 2023, A renewed effort to identify the man who tore down Emma Fillipoff's missing persons poster was launched, marking a significant development in the long-standing investigation. Dubbed the Green Shirt Man due to his distinctive attire captured on the store's security camera, Victoria Police released a police sketch of the individual. The initiative aimed to locate and contact this person, whose actions raised suspicion and prompted concern within the community and law enforcement alike. The search for the Green Shirt Man represented a pivotal step in unraveling the mystery surrounding Emma Fillipoff's disappearance, urging anyone with information to come forward and assist in the ongoing efforts to find this unknown man. At the time of her disappearance, Emma Fillipoff was 26 years old, standing at 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighing between 90 to 110 pounds. She had striking brown eyes and light brown hair, often seen adorned with knitted hats. Emma's tan complexion and unusually long hair were distinctive features that could help identify her. She did not have any tattoos, and while she had pierced her ears in the past, she did not currently wear any piercings. This physical description is vital for anyone who may have encountered Emma or has information that could aid in locating her. If you have any information regarding Emma Fillipoff's whereabouts or any leads that could help in finding her, please reach out and call Crime Stoppers anonymously at 1-800-222-TIPS or the Victoria Police Department at 250-9957-654. Your information could be crucial in bringing closure to Emma's case and providing answers to her family and community. As the years have passed since Emma Fillipoff's disappearance, the search for answers continues to resonate deeply within the Victoria community and beyond. Despite extensive efforts from law enforcement, ongoing public awareness campaigns, and the unwavering dedication of Emma's loved ones, her fate remains unknown. Each new lead and possible sighting sparks hope, yet it often leads to more questions, underscoring the complexity of her case. As we reflect on Emma Fillipoff's life and the mystery that surrounds her disappearance, we honor her memory by keeping her story alive and maintaining vigilance in the search for truth. The hope remains that one day, the answers will emerge, bringing peace to those who have tirelessly sought justice and resolution in her name.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Fireside Unsolved. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Until next time, take it easy and be easy, you filthy bastards.